the board.
We think, Brandon, I like the intent job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle.
Now let's go. Green, 35.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? Surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. And some secondary help here for the defense in the nickel on 3rd and long. On play action, they'll throw. Flushed out right. A deep ball for Dotson. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And they will set up shop at their own 46-yard line. Thought he had the pick. Flag comes in for PI, so cancel it out.
Interference. Oh, a killer for them. Thought they had a nice play. Instead, they'll be marching off yardage against them.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Flush to his, and no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. K1 Short in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year. So the defense has put them in a tough spot. It's 2nd and long. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. They were trying to get it there to Josh Doxson. 3rd down here. The turnover put him in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Here we go now. Good. All right, man. Lucky 56.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. And that one incomplete. Had some position but couldn't hold on, and it brings up 4th down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. That'll go down as just a 20-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
Out territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away. That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
A 2nd down throw for Cousins. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you be able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch? Now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up 1st downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
It's caught on the left side by Kurz. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down.
Obviously, they didn't get everything they wanted on that completion, but they put themselves in a spot where you've got to at least think about going for it. I know where we are on the field, but still, you've got to think about it, don't you?
On fourth down, here's Lachlan Edwards to punt it. Back deep for the Redskins, Jamison Crowder. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a first down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. They start on the ground with Pirine, and he'll be taken down, losing yardage back at the 9-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line's just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Dancing to his left. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. It's just a gain of a couple there on the scramble, and now it's third down.
Well, he did a nice job keeping his eyes downfield, waiting for someone to get open. But once the pressure forced his eyes down to see the rush, it was time to make a break for it.
The Redskins on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. Back to that Philly. Here we go. Watching that Barney.
Now back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Demario Davis in there to drop him for a 6-yard loss, and that'll lead to a 4th down. Here's Tressway now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out quickly, and this is not a bad kick here. Taking on the midfield logo. And he's going to be out of bounds down inside the 20 at the 15. 34 yards on the return. But for a moment, looked like he had a shot to go all the way. And this offense set up with a very short field. 1st and 10 inside the 20. And a great spot to start this drive from here. A first down carry now for Crowell. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Isaiah Crowell, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead.
And while no one on the offensive line will get the 6 points next to their name, they should be credited with this one. Tremendous blocking to get the runner into the end zone.
And his kick is right through. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Detroit! Over!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Eluding the pressure right. space to maneuver at the 40. This one complete to Jordan Reed. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
Detroit! Here we go now!
Looking to throw. He's going to flip that out to the flat. It's complete. And a nice gain of 21 yards.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
They'll look to throw now on first down. And incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, second down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Detroit!
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Airing one out for Crowder. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. A great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. They'll set up to throw. And down he goes. They sack him back right around the 41-yard line. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to get him for sack number 9 now on the year. Here's Tressway now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Here's the Jet offense now. They head out to take over. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
This is Crowell. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
They'll run it again with Crowell. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
Every year I go to the combine and marvel at the speeds that linebackers are running nowadays. They run like DBs. And let's face it, they know how to finish plays too. Eyes up, head up, run right through them.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Being chased out left. He can run for it, and he will. And he is out of bounds, getting it across the 30-yard line. Give him 12 yards there, and the Jets have a first.
Now that definitely hurts because the mindset is getting a 3-and-out there, and they don't get it done. They give up the scramble and a pickup for a first down.
Now a handoff to Crowell. Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Throwing is Cousins. Trying to lay one up deep. That's caught at the 25. And he finally goes down at the 23-yard line. Big yardage that time for the Jets. And even 40 yards. 2 minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. Cousins on first down. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Machanizer in there to get him for a loss of 5. Second down, Cousins. A swing pass caught. And they do get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Cousins. Got a man that's caught. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. And all about timing there on that short slant, Charles.
Exactly right. That was timed up so well. The route, the throw, touchdown.
Captain Zero out now as he'll kick this one away. On the return, here's a speedy Jamison Crowder. The Redskins offense now, they get set to take over here. Typically down to the first half, I might say, oh, you at least need a field goal out of this drive, but they're down to the point where they need a touchdown, don't they?
Yeah, normally, you know me. You've been around me for a while now, right?
Unfortunately.
I'm sorry about that. But normally, I'm the one preaching patience.
Yeah.
You know, take your time, first half, you still got a chance. I think they're out of patience here. This has to be a drive that gets a touchdown. So if you're to get yourself back into it. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. So 2nd and 10 here. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Now here's a timeout defensively. Defensive timeout called by the Jets. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. The Redskins on 3rd down. A pretty woeful 0 for 5 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. They'll look to throw. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Well, they've had a pretty frustrating first half here offensively, and then just continued there with that incompletion.
Yeah, definitely frustrating for them, but heartening for the other guys. Those stop troops, they're enjoying things right now because they've made it very difficult for them throughout the half.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Throwing, Cousins, and the Redskins do get to him. He goes down for a sack. David Irving busting through to get him for a loss of 6. On second down, here's Crowell. Shows off the quick feet as he takes this one up to the 20. It's a 6-yard pickup to get him back to the original line of scrimmage with third down coming up. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Jets on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Cousins to throw it. Complete outright to Kurz. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. They get only 4 that time, as that leads us to a 4th down. Here's Lachlan Edwards now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. This first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. And they won't get a chance to bring this one back. It goes out of bounds, back near their own 20. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So we've hit halftime here at MetLife Stadium with a home team, the Jets, leading this one. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry? Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead and out onto the field. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. And the pressure too much that time as Cousins goes down. Matt Ioannidis able to drop him for a loss of 4. And now the offense will look to respond after the sack. Now a second down throw for Cousins. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Anderson. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. And give him a gain of 37. A first down throw for Cousins. And his throw is incomplete. Robbie Anderson, the man he was looking for. And now it's second down. Well, the numbers have been good in the passing game, and certainly a big reason why they have the lead. But now here, third quarter, maybe go to the run game a little more?
Yeah, perhaps. I mean, after that incompletion, a little credit to the defense for shutting them down on that play. Maybe you try and run the football a little bit more in this spot. But they have to feel good about how they've been throwing it overall.
So they're still at the original line of scrimmage here. Second down and 10. They'll try the right side with Crowell. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Jet first down.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one good...
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen in there to get him, and that's sack number 6 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Working out of the gun, Cousins. That's complete over the middle to Anderson. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
To throw is Cousins. That is caught inside the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. The Jets on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 15. From the gun, here's Cousins. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it, and he'll be stopped shy of the 15 at the 14-yard line on the return. They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the third quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break, taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
They go play action here on first down. Out to the left here to Reed. And he'll get it up here this time to the 21. A gain of 6 there on first.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to bring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Watch tight. Tight end's right. Watch tight. Tight end's right. Here we go now. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a carry for Pirine. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Redskins on third down. They're struggling. 0 for 6 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Back to throw here. He's going to wind up and air it out. And incomplete. He can't hang on. Would have been a nice catch. Instead, it brings up a 4th down. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. And now the punter, Tress Way, as he sends this one away. Good coverage there. An even 50-yard punt leads to a return of 5. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. So out now come the Jets. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete. The intended target, the tight end, Austin Safarian-Jenkins. And it's 3rd down.
I think someone's going to get into QB1's ear when he gets to the sideline. Already thrown an interception. That one should have been picked. Look, let's just be honest about it. That'd be the second person in his ear because he's hearing it in the huddle right now.
Not the start to the game he wanted. Like you said, the pick on the opening drive, second drive, not much better.
Hey, tight end's right. Watch tight end.
Now Cousins. And he finds Safarian-Jenkins. And a big 32-yard play on third.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
In motion left, Curse. Here's a give to Crowell. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Brandon, at some point, these defenders absolutely have to say, we've just got to make a stand. We've had enough of this.
Giving up a lot of points in this game, but looked better on that play. A little bit of ground to make up for the offense as they face a 2nd and 11. They'll toss it to Crowell. 14 yards is the pickup there, and a Jet first down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets it down close to the 10-yard line. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and end of the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard, and it brings up 3rd.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on 2nd down and short. What I like to see?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. The Jets on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They need just a yard here. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Robbie Anderson with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Getting 0 out now as he'll kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Out comes the Redskin offense now as they get set to begin another possession. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
A huge play there for Washington. 58 yards. And a guy that can change the game shows you a glimpse of it right there, taking the ball down inside the red zone.
It just tells you how tough it is for a defense. You just hold on all game and essentially hold your breath. Will they break a big one on us?
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Muhammad Wilkerson in there to sack him, and that is 10 for him now on the year. He'll look to throw. Buying time to his left. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd.
All right, now, look at 56. Look at 56. Hurry up, here we go. Blue 90. Blue 90.
Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
No. Check. Patriot. Let's go.
Back to throw. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And it's a touchdown for the Jets. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This is taken at his 4. And not a particularly good return here as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Hurry up, here we go.
After the pick six, they go right back to the air. It's brought in by Jamison Crowder. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Tight end to the right, boy. Tight end to the right. Move. All right, here we go.
Back to throw now on first down. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Detroit!
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. The Redskins on third down. It has been a disaster. 0 for 8 thus far. This is 3rd and 17. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling to his right. Now he's going to let it go deep into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. Wait a second. They did not accept that after the incompletion. Your look is just as puzzled as mine.
I got nothing for you here. You have to take that penalty, don't you?
It's free yards. Now it's Crowell running right. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. And after the play on the ground, that brings up second down here. Running left is Crowell. And he'll be knocked down sideways near the 34-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
Crowell.
Difference between that and a pass blitz? Pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
The pitch to Crowell. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And they do get him down, but not before he reaches the 4-yard line. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll try and run for it with Crowell. And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. They'll try and punch it in with Crowell. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brandon, it's clearly a running situation when you're up in the 4th quarter. They're going to have to stack the box and make it difficult for them to move the ball.
Made it very difficult right there. Now they need to repeat that effort.
Yeah, bring 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take to slow them down.
The offense on 3rd down, they've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and goal. Here's Crowell. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. It'll be a gain of 5, but they do keep him out of the end zone, and now it's 4th down.
Well, the spotlight hit him once already tonight as he got into the end zone. He was trying to make it a double spotlight, wasn't he?
But credit the defense, bottling him up, not letting him get in for the 2nd score there. And Catanzaro's kick is right through. And they're well on their way now as the lead grows even larger. So it's 3 more points, and that widens things out even further here in the 4th.
Hey, in this league, you can never have too much. So if you're in range, grab the 3 whenever you can.
This one fielded at the 5. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. A look at Washington as they come onto the field. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. And now time will be called here as we've got an injured Redskin down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. So Bridgewater forced to the sidelines. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. Here's Bridgewater. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
And that's another stop for the defense, something we've seen all game long. They've been on fire today. No matter what's called by the offense, they've had an answer for it.
3rd and long for Bridgewater. Steps away to his left. And some room to roam. Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Bridgewater now from the 50. He's going to let it fly. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by a former first-round pick, Patrick Robinson. And he's got room. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line. Thought they had something going there to break that goose egg here in the second half, but to no avail.
Hope was alive until that interception. What a terrific play, taking the ball away after it looked like they were starting a drive.
And now that shutout still standing. You know that's something those defensive guys hold a lot of pride on, too.
No doubt about it. They are excited about where they are in this game.
Defense still with 3 timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them here as the kneel down comes. The storyline in this one, Charles, no doubt the number 0. Zilch, nada. A shutout so hard to do in the NFL.
It really is, and what an accomplishment, because you feel that not just on the defensive side, but as a full team. There's a lot of pride that goes into shutting out an opponent. And how about that 0 on the scoreboard for them, going along with those zeros in the time column, too.
So for the Jets, the win for them is number 6 on the year. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for the Redskins, they've fallen out of things now as they sink to 3-8. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So that'll just about do it for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. It's a win for the Jets as we say so long from MetLife Stadium.